Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Series 12. Alright, so a couple of days ago I talked about having a couple of albums that just need a couple more layouts in them and then they'll be complete. And this is one of them. So I finished up the last one and now I have this other almost finished project that I want to get off my desk. So I have a few photos left from a trip I took in 2013 with my son, just the two of us. We went to see my brother, and he lived in Toronto at the time, and we did a bunch of things, but I have almost everything scrapbooked for that, and I kind of went through to see like where are there like gaps in the book, and I have one layout left for the Royal Ontario Museum. I have one left for the zoo, and I want to include this map with it. And I wanted to put this like stock photo that they give you when you buy your pictures at the CN Tower. I wanted to put this on. I don't know if I want to do it as a title page or if I want to include this picture of him on the glass floor, because he was making fun of me for not wanting to step on there. He's like, I'll just walk over there and sit on it. And he thought I was funny. I also have this photo, but I'm not sure if there's a gap in the album there. I did flip through it, but I didn't really like label them like I need to. So maybe after today, after I finish this layout, I'll go back through and have a closer look. But so that's kind of what I'm working towards. I also have these passes, and I already did the page about him taking the subway for the first time, so I'll probably get those on that page somewhere. And then I threw these stickers right into my envelope because I wanted to make sure that I remembered I had them. But I think there isn't one for the museum, so I'm just going to leave them tucked in here for this purposes of this layout. And then, so today's sketch is this one here with the bright colors, and it is by Rebecca Verbanek, and she is Bex Creations 87 on Instagram, and I will have her Instagram linked below, as well as all of the information for the 30 days of sketches. And I have these 3 photos that I want to work with. Now they are 3.5 by 5 photos, so they're not going to fit with the ones that are here, but I really like this pattern that they did, what am I trying to say? I really like this pattern of paper, like the way that she put her patterned papers on the background. So I think I'm going to do that and then find a different configuration for my photos. But that is where I'm going to get started, is with the background, and I want to get these squares on there. These squares that are cut into triangles even. So it looks like a lot of fun. So I'm going to start with this background paper, which I recently got at during the Great Canadian Scrapbook Carnival at one of the vendors' booths, and it was on sale in a package, and it is from Paper Rose. And I'm going to use this side. It gives me that like museum feeling when we're at the museum. And then I grabbed this 6 by 6, well, it's actually 6.5 Kaiser Craft paper pad. And the reason I grabbed this one was because it kind of gives me those museum vibes too, but it has these metallic kind of papers in it, and I thought that represented, not that I need ever wanted them to be metallic, but it kind of represented the armor that we were looking at there from different areas of the world. And see, this is another example. This one, it doesn't show on camera, it looks just gray, but it's like gray with a silver pattern on it. So that's why I picked this one, and hopefully that'll work out. If not, I have another stack of papers to my right that I can pull from that are kind of give you that, well, not that one, but some of these other ones will give you that museum kind of vibe. So maybe I can pull from some of those. And then I have, for embellishments, I have this like, I don't know if you can even call it a kit, but it's like a little bundle of a variety of embellishments, and there's some alphas in there, so hopefully I can use those. And I'm going to try to pull from this and this and not worry. I think that one needs a new bag. It's starting to fall apart. And so yeah, that's where I'm going to get started. So I'm going to pause the camera and get some papers cut into these squares and triangles and get them laid down on the page. I'm going to find a configuration I like for my photos, and then I'll pop back in and we will finish up the layout together. All right, hang on, I'll be right back. All right, so I got my papers laid down and I really like the way that that turned out. I'm really loving that about the sketches this series, is that they're encouraging me to use my patterned papers in ways that I'd never done before. I think I said that before with the day, let's see, which one was it? Day 8 sketch, where they had the little circles at the end of the strips. I really liked that too. And this one too. Never would have come up with that one on my own either. So I'm loving that about using things in a different way. It makes me happy. And so then, of course, my photos are not in the same configuration because they're not the same size. So I just lined them up in a way that I thought was pleasing to the eye, and matted them on some black cardstock. I also used these stamped and die-cut ticket pieces that I got in a embellishment swap. If you're interested in swaps, there's other videos about that on my channel, and go check them out over on Ginger's Corner. I will link her stuff below as well, if I remember. If not, just look up Ginger's Corner here on YouTube. She has all the information. And then I picked a couple of these acrylic pieces from these Close to My Heart Arrows package that was in with that same bundle. And I'm just going to adhere those down. I had a little bit of a gap above this photo where like it showed the empty space kind of between these two squares, and I didn't like the way that looked, so I covered it up with it's actually not a tag, it's just a piece of paper that I cut to look like a tag, and then I threw a brad on there and some twine to house my title. And my title was, I didn't end up using any of the sticker letters that were in there because one of them didn't have all the letters I needed, and the other one faded into the background too much and I couldn't tell what it said. So these were also in there, and they're from like 2009, and I probably bought them secondhand, yes, but I don't know how long I've had them, and they'd never been opened before, so that was good for me because then I had my choice of which letters I could use. And then I also, from this like chipboard, there's lots of different things in here, but this was in there too, and it's got chipboard pieces, some pieces from an old sticker sheet that looks like I cut down, and then some more of those tickets from the swaps are in there. And I chose the ones that were silver to keep in the theme with the silver papers that I chose for my squares, my triangles, sorry. Two triangles makes a square, so triangles and squares. And yeah, so I picked the silver ones and just picked a place that I thought that they looked good on my layout, and I'm going to glue them down. And then I have chosen a couple of word strips from this booklet. This is the Clippings sticker book, and it seems like these ones are, and they probably are because they're called clippings, from various sources of writing. And so they're like book quotes, I guess, is what they appear to be, but I guess they could be from any kind of literature. And so I picked the one that says, "He was ready and willing." And the other one says, "the most noble," because those two things seemed to fit with the armor. In my mind anyways, I guess. Depends what you think of when you think of these guys, but there we go. What else did I want to do? Oh, I want a little bit of something something I was considering enamel dots, but that one's not going to stay. Maybe it will. We'll see. I was thinking enamel dots, and then I thought, no, let's stick with the silver. So then I didn't have silver enamels, so I grabbed out my tray of brads here, and brads and eyelets. And then I think I was leaning towards like the just silver stuff, because I think I'm gonna go with like just the regular shape circle ones. I have like some star ones and some heart ones, but none of that really seems to be quite right. What size do I want? I'll grab both, and then I can change it if I want to change it. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with the big ones, I think. Maybe I'll do one big one and two small ones in each cluster. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, oops, put these two up here since they're all sticking together, and up here, and I think just the diagonal design is all I'm going for here, so I'll put my lids back on, so just in case I knock them over, which, speaking from experience here, I've done this before. Okay, so I think I'm going to put the larger one up here. And I don't have any trouble with metals on my layouts. I live in a cooler climate. It's dry here. I don't seem to have any trouble with them rusting or anything. I've been using them since the 90s and I haven't had a rusty one, so that tells me that they're perfectly okay to use on my layouts. I think I have this silver one here, so then do I need 3? Now I'm second guessing myself. Okay, how about I do one here and then I'll decide. And then I do have a tool for opening those prongs, but I don't know, I tend not to use it, although I probably should. It's almost inevitably wrecks my fingernails. Let's see, I think I'm going to put the bigger one over here. Isn't this a fun design? And like the way they're printed, and they have all those bright colors, and then I used these darker colors, and so I was like, is this gonna work with the darker colors? Yeah, it does. It's still so pretty. I love it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else puts together. I know there was one example I already looked at on there. I didn't really scroll through them yet, but there was one that was really pretty pink. It was very pretty. So I went a completely different direction. There is nothing pretty about this. Grungy, creative, any number of things, but I don't think pretty would be one of the words. So yeah, I do think I want that third one in there. So I'm going to put it right here. Just kind of encapsulating those little cluster bases, right? Okay, so here is my finished layout and the sketch that went with it. And then I'm going to grab out my bingo card to see if I got a bingo. All right. I did ink everything in Black Soot Distress ink as well. Now I'm making a bigger mess. And move those out of the way. Okay, let's see what I got here. Multi-photo. Yeah, I got 3 photos on here. Stars. No, I did not use stars. Stickers. I used those word stickers. Enamel dots. I didn't use fussy cutting. Nope. Powdered paper. Wood veneer. My title is wood veneer. Circles. The brads are circles. Numbers, there's numbers on these tickets down here. And did I stamp my date? I should probably do that too. I did already preset my date stamp. I like to do that before I go on camera because otherwise I feel like I have to go look it up and I get kind of annoyed with myself. So there we go. More numbers. Double border, no. Sequins, no. Single photo, no. Free space, yes. Everybody gets the free space. Chipboard, these silver pieces are chipboard. This one. Vellum, no. Mixed media, no. Distressed edges, yes. Flare or epoxy. There's an epoxy in that brad there. I'm going to count that. Pre-made title, no. I made my own. Rainbow, no. Cut file, no. Stamping or stencils. Just, these were stamped and die cut out, so I'm going to count that. And I stamped my date. Monochromatic, no. Floral, no. Foam or puffy, there's foam behind here. So, no bingo though. I got a lot of stuff on here, but I did not get bingo. If I had a pre-made title, I'd have had a bingo. If I was monochromatic, I would have had a bingo, but yeah, no bingo today. But it sure is fun to check, isn't it? All right, so I think that is it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have a question or comment, please leave it down below and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. I really do love hearing from you guys. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.